Hello, I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft, and today's question comes from Kevin, who wants to know my thoughts on genetic editing, particularly in light of recent breakthroughs in the technology. If you're unaware, last year a Chinese scientist by the name of Dr. He came forward saying that he had successfully edited the genes of two young girls who were born. He did this in order to make them less susceptible to HIV. But there's a great number of questions surrounding this procedure and its ramifications. For one thing, he carried out this experiment in the dark without a great deal of transparency, and indeed even falsified certain lab results and records in order to be able to carry this out. As a result, there are a number of inquiries into this experiment. The Chinese government is considering introducing new legislation and new regulation to make sure something like this can't happen again. And all the while, we're left in the dark, unsure just what will happen. There's, of course, the scientific and technological questions about just what will happen with these two young girls. While the aims are rather laudable to try to keep them healthy, we don't know what this technology might do. This CRISPR, this ability to go in and using enzymes begin to impact our very genetic code. You can pinpoint it to some degree, in this case removing the genes that make you more susceptible to HIV, but you don't know what else you might be changing. There might have future health issues, future mutations we simply can't predict, and now that it's built into their genetic code, if they go on to have children, this is now part of our genetic destiny. So there's also ethical concerns that have been raised. That these two girls certainly cannot give consent. The questions about what their family knew going into this experiment. And indeed, the history of human experimentation is, well, rather fraught, and there have been a great deal of unseen consequences, from the horrors of thalidomide to, well, all the various testing on vulnerable populations that have occurred over the years. It's simply something that we must take seriously, even if we do believe that science should be allowed to explore new frontiers, to test the boundaries of what we are capable of. The sad truth is, when we push scientifically, we are far less likely to break through into new realms of science fiction, but rather we tend to stumble into new, banal horrors. I, for one, hope that if history remarks on this moment and remembers anything about it, it's that these two young girls lived long, healthy lives, and not that they were the progenitors for the Shoggoths. As always, I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft.